Listen to this right here. This is her going back to back to back with scripted commentary on topics that we really want to have some answers to. Listen to this.
So I was raised as a middle-class kid.
I grew up a middle-class kid.
I grew up a middle-class kid.
I believe in the ambition, the aspirations, the dreams of the American people.
You know, we have ambitions and aspirations and dreams.
The ambition, the aspiration, the dream.
I started my career as a prosecutor.
I was a career prosecutor for most of my career.
Having a background as a prosecutor.
I intend to create an opportunity economy.
Developing and creating an opportunity economy.
What I imagine and believe and call an opportunity economy.
Now, on the last one where she has on the beige suit, she is speaking at the National Association for Black Journalists, right? And the reason why I bring that up is because when she was talking to them, they were so underwhelmed. She tried to pander to them as much as she possibly could. It's a black lady sitting across from me, and there's two gay men. I'm about to get my panda on. Did y'all know that I stand for black women and the gays? Huh? Yeah, the black women and the gays. Huh? And that's exactly what she did the entire time. But when they asked her a question where they wanted some substance, she treated them like they were idiots. These journalists, National Association for Black Journalists, they are educated. And when you continue to pull the wool over their eyes and act as if they're idiots, they're going to start to, if they're honest, they're going to start to speak against you. But sometimes they won't say it out loud, but their face will say everything. Check this out right here. She looks like she didn't enjoy the interview, and they look like this was just a waste of daggone time. This lady is not ready. Check this out right here. This is her at the National Association for Black Journalists, and I want y'all to notice something too. Look at their seating. She's sitting directly across from them, looking them straight in the eyes. Well, when Trump was interviewed by them, certainly not by those individuals, but when Trump was interviewed by them, he was sitting in a chair, then 5 miles down the road, there was another chair. Then 5 miles down the road, there was another chair. Then 5 miles down the road, there was another chair. I don't know if y'all remember that, but watch this. Look at her face when she's greeting them goodbye. Watch this. Watch this. So what did y'all think about that? That was trash, wasn't it? Look at that face. Look at that face. They just now interviewed potentially the first black female president, potentially, listen, quote unquote, potentially the first black female president ever. And this is their face after they finished talking to her. They are underwhelmed AF. Look at their faces, man. They are just like, okay, that was just a waste of time. What we going to do? We about to go to Chick-fil-A? Well, we need a drink after that. We thought that she would be smarter than that. We thought that she would open our eyes to something. Well, guess what? So that we won't speculate, I want to show you for yourselves, so that you can see firsthand what these voters have to say. Before I play these, just know that there's going to be some language. There's going to be some language, all right? I'm just saying, there's going to be some language. Okay, here we go.
Dear Kamala Harris, you lying doghead. Hold up, let me unfold this. You opened up that border to let them Venezuelans in here to take over our apartments. You gave them food stamps, cash, and promised them more housing, all for a vote that you still ain't gonna get. You couldn't get through 10 minutes of the debate without that laugh standing there like you ain't know what was going on until Donald Trump put you on Front Street.
Okay, now that's the first one. I apologize for the language, but there's gonna be some language. I'm assuming that we're all adults here, so don't be too harsh on her, brother, all right? We have been teaching people how to grow online. It's been absolutely amazing. We have 3 people who have been able to reach monetization in less than 30 days. Growing YouTube channels, some from 0 people. We have one guy who had 2 subscribers before he started working with me. He started helping him. His views went up 4.8 million%. We're super excited. If anybody ever want to grow on YouTube, you reach out to me with the word coach.
An illegal immigrant in New York has been arrested for murder after a family of 4 were found dead in their house. Julio Cesar Pimentel Soriano is his name, reportedly. He unalived 2 toddlers and 2 parents. Here's the police chief of the town that this happened in.
I know you guys have questions. This was a horrific scene. In almost 32 years of doing this job, I've never seen anything like it. So,
think about what he said. In almost 32 years of doing this job, I've never seen anything like this. Just think about that for a second. In almost 32 years of doing this, I've never seen anything like this. And it did not come from an American. It came from someone who got into the country illegally. This is the family above me and their names. Also, think about this. There are 2 different administrations that are running for president right now. One administration had illegal immigration down. The other administration has now taken over and has set record levels of illegal immigration due to their policies and their rhetoric. And they're both trying to act like they're now tough on the border. Definitely something to think about.
Definitely something to think about. Well, there's this black guy, right? And he did a video and he said, you know what? Democrats are right. Trump does cause division. I want y'all to hear this, though. This was sent to me by PhD Maya Chavez on X. She sent this joint to me because she knew that this will be extremely powerful, and I appreciate you sending it to me. Thank you so much. Everyone, you will definitely get something out of this. This is an absolutely amazing video, and it just goes to show that we want to put God and family, country first. God, country, family, however y'all put it, but we want to put God first. I don't want to put country first. I want to put God first. I don't want to put, that's what I do. I don't put family first. I put God first. All right. That's what we're doing. All right. So let's check this out. Y'all let me know whatever y'all want me to know in the comments. Y'all are absolutely amazing. Again, the like button is the only price of admission for my live streams. Check this out, guys.
To the Democratic Party, I'm voting for Trump, but I have to say, you guys got me on this one. You're correct. I can definitely see that Trump is causing division. You guys have said over and over, you said, how can you as a Christian support somebody like Trump when all he's here to do is cause division and separation? And you're right. So let me read something to you. This is Luke 12, 51 to 56.
Luke 12, 51 through 56. If you want to look at it with him while he reads it, feel free. But watch what he is about to say. Oh my God, this is about to be good.
And this is Jesus speaking in the Bible. Do you think that I have come to bring peace to this earth? No, I tell you, but rather division. From now on, 5 in one household will be divided, 3 against 2 and 2 against 3. They will be divided, father against son and son against father, mother against daughter and daughter against mother, mother-in-law against daughter-in-law and daughter-in-law against mother-in-law. He also said to the crowds, when you see a cloud rising in the west, you immediately say, it's going to rain. And so it happens. And when you see the south wind blowing, you say, there will be a scorching heat. And it happens. But you are hypocrites. You know how to interpret the appearance of earth and sky. But why do you not know how to interpret the present time? This may have been written thousands of years ago, but make no mistake that this is for now. You see a man running for president with his own money, his own funds. You see a man that for some reason, all of the government, all of the media, all of the corporations have turned against him. You, with your own mouths, have said that he's here causing division. You, with your own eyes, have seen full-on Democrats switch to his side. You, with your own eyes, have seen 2 assassination attempts. You, with your own eyes, can see now that there is a complete separation with how people are voting. We're not voting red or blue anymore. It is obvious that we are now voting good and evil. We are now voting for God's laws or against God's laws.
I'm going to put a pin there. We are voting for God's laws or against God's laws. But what if people aren't religious? What if they don't believe in the same God as you? What if? As our country becomes less and less and less and less and less appealing, more and more and more debaucherous, more deviance, more demonic, darker and darker and darker. Every single time we try to buck that and try to say, but everybody don't believe in the same God. I'm not here to argue with nobody and try to turn you into a Christian. I'm not trying to baptize you or nothing. I want to have a country for my grandkids and my great-grandkids. That's what I want. That's what I want. Because so many people have bled and died for this country, for our freedoms, for our rights. Think about that, man. Think about that. And it's all been blown in our face. Okay, let's continue.
And it says it right here. When Jesus came the first time to die for our sins, he did not come to bring peace. He came to cause a division, to make there be a choice. You had a choice to choose a living God standing right in front of you or to choose the enemy. He made it clear. He made it obvious. He stated who he was. He stated what he stood for. And here we are again. And if you look at the policies, then you see who stands for God with their policies. It has become very clear which side is good and which side is evil. You can talk about Trump all you want to, but it's not about Trump. It's about the choice to stand for God's laws or against God's laws.
It's to the point where we can't even tell schools to remove books from the schools that completely disrespect our children's eyes, our children's minds. We are trying to destroy their innocence before they're even able to enjoy it. When we were younger, we were able to have innocence. We were able to play like kids, think like kids, move like kids. But now you're 8 years old deciding whether or not you are a boy or a girl. You're 10 years old deciding whether or not you're going to get your ding-a-ling cut off or you're going to take puberty blockers so you never grow any breasts. Think about that, man. That's where we are right now. I mean, I'm just saying, that's where we are right now. Regardless if you believe in the same God I serve or not, that's where we are right now. That's not a lie. That's not debatable. That's exactly what's happening right here in our country, right in our backyards. It's to the point where parents don't even have a say. I'm sorry, I'm ranting right now. I just get a little passionate about this because it actually means something to me. I never really paid too much attention to politics. And now that I am, I'm like, wait a minute. They was selling me a bill of goods for a long time. Wow. They're taking prayer out of everything. They're praising everything that's debaucherous. Let me tell you this. And I love people from the LGBTQAI plus community. I'm trying to tell you that. I love people from that community. Why? Because I have family members from that community. And do I have any friends from that community? I don't know if I have any friends from that community. Do I? Yeah, I do have a couple of women friends from that community. But here's the thing, guys. Think about it. Tell me if the math is mathing. If there's a whole bunch of same-sex marriages or same-sex relationships, where are the kids going to come from there? If we're trying to teach people that the nuclear family is just old school and it's racist and it's Christian nationalists and it's a bad thing and everybody should have a choice and blah, 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 blah. If we're teaching people not to have nuclear families, how are we going to have strong, beautiful children come from that and be the future of our nation? How can we do that? The numbers are already dwindling in every single race except for, well, in white people's, for white people and for black people. But guess what? The majorities are already immigrants. The majorities are already immigrants. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just running my mouth right now. I'm fussing and I'm getting heated for no reason because I put God before everything and I know that God will handle this. Whether they cheat or not, God will take care of it as he always has and always will. But we should have these conversations. These conversations are extremely important. At least they are to me. Let main man finish. And Maya Sanchez, if you're watching this, thank you so much for tagging me in this video. This is dope. This is amazing.
It's about the choice to stand for evil or against evil. It's obvious to see who the evil side is. And this is not to say that the Republican side is perfect. However, this is to show that the heart of the Republican side is for the laws of God. We are against the evil policies of the Democratic side. We are against the evil policies of Satan. We are against the evil policies of the satanic ways of the Democratic side, which have become very obvious. You, with your own mouths, have stated that Trump is here causing division, and best believe that is exactly what God is using him for. He is using Trump to make the division very easy to see for everybody. If you don't see it, you better start praying now. We're rising up now.
He said, we're rising up now. Thank you so much for the super chat. It reads, you won't, and that's the problem. But that's exactly what they want. Weak families are easier to divide than strong, God-fearing families. That is the truth. That is the truth, Ruth. Huh? That is the truth. You want the weak people to go after. That's anybody who is see, they are filled with predators. That's what they are filled with. And they are trying to go after the weak, but they cannot attack us if we're all strong. If we pull together like a mighty fist, they can't do nothing with us. And they are pissed off that what Lyndon B. Johnson promised years ago, that these N-words will be voting Democrat for the next 300 years. They can see that falling apart in their faces because guess what? Those N-words are thinking people now. They're paying attention to policy. They're looking at their own pocketbooks. They're looking at their own interests, and they're not playing that same game anymore. We are not playing that same game anymore. I know a gang of people who probably don't like me at all, man. I know a gang of people who don't like me right now because of my political leanings. And I don't give a flying F word at all. Why? Because I vote my values. That's it. You ain't got to explain anything to anybody unless they are paying for that bread on your table, unless they are paying for that food in your kitchen and all of that food in your cupboards and your cabinets. If they aren't paying your bills, I'm sorry, what you think about me and my party affiliation and who I'm voting for, what type of hat I'm wearing, you can kick rocks in your goddamn socks, because guess what? Whatever you about to say don't even matter to me. Everybody got an opinion. They say opinions like everybody got one. That's the absolute truth. Shout out to this brother because they are putting the truth out there. Make sure you share this bad boy, like the video, and tell all your friends and relatives, look, we need to have these real conversations. It's no longer one of those type of topics that we can't discuss at a family table anymore. Politics, we're discussing it. Oh, it make you feel bad that I support Trump? Good. Let's talk about it. Good. Let's talk about it. That's what you should say to people. Good. Makes you feel uncomfortable? Good. Let's talk about it. Y'all let me know whatever y'all want me to know in the comments below. If you have yet to hit that subscribe button and that like button, please make sure you do so on your way out the door. Much love to all of my blues and much love to everyone who hung out inside of the chat and were respectful. Whether you agree with me or not, I appreciate you pulling up and being a part of what we got going on over here. Love y'all. Make sure you tell people about the LFR family. And if you tag me, if you post or share my video on X or Facebook, please make sure you tag me, okay? So I can show you some love. Much love to you guys. See you next time. Peace out.